What is up? What is good, everyone? It is the Mad King Paradox that's bringing you Pokemon Sun and Moon, episode 38, live reaction. Now, as per usual, I will not be using any sound because I do not think I can get away with that. So if you wish to follow along on another browser while you hear me give my 2 cents in the background, do so at your own leisure. In the meantime, let's get started. I hear this is going to be a Mimikyu-focused episode, and as you all know, I'm a big fan of Mimikyu. Hold on, right there. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Mimikyu, right there. So, of course, I'm pumped for this episode. So, without further ado, let's get started. Oh, I gotta turn the sound off real quick. And there we go. Okay, so I will begin in 3, 2, 1, go. Now I'm going to full screen it this time. Why not? And there's Dusk Form Lycanroc on their way to school. Just randomly stops and says, let's use the Rocky MZ. And by the way, Pikachu, why does your animation make you look bootleg right there? Don't think I missed that. Oh, and Mallow and Kiawe just showing up out of nowhere. Alright, yeah. Bye, Pikachu. You know, have fun back on your home planet and your weather ball copter-like thing. Oh, it's nice to see Team Rocket for once. Yeah, there's nothing you can do now except use one of your other Pokemon and the other Z moves that you have. Yeah, this is their first time seeing Lycanroc. They're going to notice it's a different form. Yeah, that's a... Jesse, that's one that's so rare, there have been no documented sightings of that form before. That's how rare it is. And of course, Mimikyu only cares about going after Pikachu. Ash? Problem. Big problem. You don't know how Mimikyu works. The first move doesn't do any damage. Why are you using your Z move? Ash, don't! Stop! You bloody idiot! Learn how Mimikyu works. Its ability makes it to where the first move does no damage. Okay. The Z move failed. How did it fail? It looked as though it was going right. Oh, hello, Turtonator. Kiawe! Why? Ash, I can say that it's because of his ignorance, somewhat. I know he's not the brightest bulb in the shed, but he hasn't fought Mimikyu that much. You, on the other hand, live in the region with Mimikyu, so you should know that the first move does no damage. So why use your Z move? I know it's making them blast off right now, and Beware's about to catch them, but in all fairness, it shouldn't have worked against Mimikyu. They're still falling. Beware? Is Beware not coming? I'm not going to bite until they hit the ground. Okay, they hit the ground. Beware. What happened to Beware? By the way, giant inflatable Pikachu. But yeah, that's the first time they've blasted off this region, and Beware hasn't been there. And by the way, that's an inflatable bouncy house for kids, and I cannot help but notice where the door to enter and exit the Pikachu inflatable is. That should not be child-friendly. That face sums that situation up pretty well. Mimikyu's disguise is thoroughly busted, and he's oozing out. Oh, and Meowth's doing like some like occult sage like premonition warning type thing. And that face realizes the severity of the situation. Jesse, do not look at what it really looks like. Okay, fair enough. You're going to return it to its... Never mind. You're not going to return it to its ball. Because for some reason it isn't working. I'll get back to you in a little bit. Malasada. So your logic is buy it Malasada in exchange for getting back in its ball. And then the Murkroaches take it. Get wrecked. Oh, okay. That wasn't a bad idea. She's using the Malasada bag as a makeshift disguise. And she wanted to throw away the busted one, and Mimikyu just said, "Nope! I'm keeping it!" I mean, that's valid logic from Jesse. You hate Pikachu, so why dress as one? Let's find you something else. James, Meowth, and Wobbuffet. Alright. Oh, Wobbuffet's tearing up. That's upsetting. Oh, and they realized that the mall is in that direction. Valid place to look. Okay, I can understand the logic. Oh, and they realized what happened. They have to get to that mall quickly. They just hauled it to this mall so they wouldn't lose all their money because they're dumb and let Jessie hold on to all of it. You're a duo. Split the money. She has some of it, you have the other half of it. That way, when she goes on a spending trip, you won't be broke at the end of it. Oh, Jesse, you are an idiot. You bought two limited edition items that the women working there claim to be limited edition, and you are buying them without second thought. Spending all of your money. Oh, here comes Mimikyu dress up with hair, a bucket, an octopus. A great nostalgic straw hat. Is that a One Piece reference? Because I want to claim that it is, and that is amazing if it is. And by the way, Mimikyu just jumped out of the straw hat back into the bag and ran off. That was extremely risky on his part because if it wasn't fast enough, it would have been seen. And Ash is using his Z move again. And it fails. That's weird. That's a good question. Why is it failing? It looks as though it's working right. Something's up. Yeah, the bond between Pokemon and trainer shouldn't be the problem. Because even though it was a little rocky leading up to the evolution, after it evolved, it should have been fine. So Kukui thinks Lycanroc is the problem because of extra effort after evolving. Oh, that's a valid point. I didn't think about that. Because it just recently evolved and its power rose dramatically, and the fact that it's using a very strong rock-type move with barely any rock-type move experience, its power is being used up before it can finish the attack. That's actually a very valid reason. Because, mind you, Lycanroc only knows Rock Throw, and it just learned that recently. So it doesn't have a lot of rock-type move experience at all. And even then it was shaky at best. Oh, Mimikyu does not look happy. And that face. That was the face of, oh dear God, what have I done? Mimikyu, why? Again, the entrance to the bouncy house. Why would it be there? Yeah, by the way, here's my question. I've been thinking this since the beginning of the episode, but I haven't talked about it yet. Why doesn't she just stitch it back together? It's Jessie. She makes a lot of disguises. You would think she'd be able to sew. It shouldn't be that big of a problem. Oh, and the Murkrow. Okay, so now they're using Rock Throw for training. Oh, Lycanroc. It's getting upset that it can't get the training down. Hello, Poplio. Okay. Steenie is water skiing with Poplio's Aqua Jet. That is adorable. Speaking of which, how come Lana hasn't used her Z move yet? You would think she'd be able to. And as I said, she has a sewing kit. It should have been an easy fix. You're telling Mimikyu not to rip it. It wasn't its fault. Oh, and here comes the Murkrow again. Oh, and they took the disguise. So they took the Malasada and the Mimikyu disguise. They should know not to take a Mimikyu's disguise. That is just a horrible idea in general. Oh, she got the Malasada back at least. Oh, she got the disguise back. But there's one problem. You're kind of floating in midair there, Jessie. Oh, James and Meowth are at the mall now. They just left Wobbuffet. Oh, there's Wobbuffet. Alright, Jessie can't be that heavy. That was way too big a dust cloud for her fall from that height. Oh, the giant inflatable Pikachu is busted. That's what the explosion was. Oh, hi, Mimikyu. Oh, it looks so happy. Yeah, Murkrow, there's nothing left for you to take. Bye, Murkrow. Oh, that's a lot of Murkrow. Oh, that look in Mimikyu's eyes. What the? It exploded from the bag. Covered Jesse and James's eyes, and Meowth is the one to see it. Of course. Of course. Meowth, come on. There's so many times you can have a near-death experience before it finally takes. Quit looking at Mimikyu! You should have known before anybody. Close your eyes. Cover your eyes. Look away. You, of all people, should know this. At this point, it's your fault. By the way, you know that's not a field of flowers, right? Just that look on his face. Mimikyu's back. Of course that was Mimikyu. Why did it take you that long to figure out? Okay, it's using Wood Hammer when Play Rough would have been the better choice of move. Yeah, James has a point. Mimikyu's being obedient now. I mean, you should know by now, Meowth isn't sleeping. He's kind of on the precipice of death at the moment. Again. Oh, wow. His spirit literally just went back into his body. Oh, well, Jesse's fired up and ready to go. And they pick up right where they left off earlier. Jesse and Mimikyu versus Ash and Lycanroc. Alright. Okay. James and Meowth just way back in the back just to make certain they don't get hit with another stray attack again. Okay, that was pretty funny. And it goes after Pikachu again. Oh, and Jesse pulls him from the battle. Wait. They're leaving! Why are you using a Z move while they're leaving? That is savage! There's really no point to it. I mean, at this point, I know it's gonna work. But at the same time, it's like, you're using it on an opponent who's given up the battle and is leaving. There's no need for this. Oh, bye, Team Rocket. there? Where were you earlier? Is that going to be addressed? Because I want this to be addressed. Okay, and that looks like the episode's wrapping up. And it went from day to evening in a split second. Well, and we're back with Team Rocket again. All the fruit. Yeah, Mimikyu still needs a bit of work. And Wobbuffet, how are you not choking on that much food in your mouth? And that is the episode. Alright, so, yeah, the thing I have to say for the most part is, it was a nice episode with character building between Jessie and Mimikyu. Mimikyu's being more obedient to Jessie, but is still pretty stubborn and wanting to go only after Pikachu. But Ash! What the hell? You used your Z move on people who quit the battle and were leaving. Like, that is dirty. That is really dirty. How would you like it if somebody did that to you, you prick? But anyway, that's really all there is to it. So I will see you all for episode 39 whenever I get the opportunity to make it. So this has been the Mad King Paradox S signing off, and I will see you later.